Hello everyone, this is a quick tutorial for you to know how to upload a unit created with Exe Learning on the platform called Procomun. So as you can see, I already opened a file, a unit I created with Exe Learning. So as I told you before, you need to include information in the space for cataloging data. So as you can see, I have two tabs here. We have authoring, which we have been using. It's where you actually edit and make changes to your unit. And then we have the second tab called properties. So we're going to go to properties now. Okay, see, you have a form here that you have to fill in. Otherwise, Procomun will reject your materials. So first we need to give a title. This is a material I created for my economics students. So it's about the history of economic thinking. So I'm going to write that right now. Okay, you choose the language. It's in my case it's set to English by default. I don't need to change it. Okay, you have a general description, so you can describe what the activity is about. Write something simple: reading and listening. Activity about the history of economic thinking. Okay, we have spaces for objectives and pre-knowledge. In this case, well, you don't have to worry that much about the instructional design of an objective. This is basically information for people who will retrieve your unit on Procomun. Okay, so I have students who will be able to demonstrate understanding of basic facts about the history of economic thinking. Pre-knowledge, so you can include anything here that you think should be known by your students to complete the activity. So I'm going to include basic economics terminology. I have a space for author and write my name. Okay, we have a Creative Commons license. It's set to share alike by default. You can choose another one if you want. You should probably read a little bit about Creative Commons licenses or other types of free licenses, but share alike 4.0 is just fine for our purposes. We have a learning resource type. We have a drop down menu here, and well, we actually don't have many choices, so you need to choose the one that is closest to your activity. And yeah, actually I don't see anything that really looks like my activity, so by default I'm going to set it to questionnaire. It's no problem. And I have intended end user, so we have well, already marked the space for ordinary learner, so that's for ordinary learners, so I don't need to change anything. You may also want to mark if your activity is for group work, individual tuition. You have context, a classroom, face-to-face, blended distance. You can leave that as it is, that's no problem. Footer, if you want to include any additional information, for example, where the material comes from, if you're using information from a book, etc. And Well, basically you can leave the rest as it is, and very important, we need to click on save, so the changes are permanent in your unit. And now we need to create a file that can be uploaded to Procomun. So I'm going to go to File here and go to Export, Educational Standard, and I'm going to go with SCORM 1.2. So I'm going to click, and then I need to choose a location for my file. We're gonna go to downloads. And we're gonna name it economic thinking. And I'm gonna save it. Okay, so if I check in my downloads folder, I should have a zipped folder called economic thinking. That's what we need to upload to Procomun. Well, I already logged into my Procomun account. I will leave you a link so you can create your own account. So I need to go to my profile here and see I have various options here. I need to choose my contributions. Okay, that we need to wait for a few seconds so we can upload the material. So I have various options here. See a post, question, learning resource, learning path, podcast. So this one is a learning resource. So I'm going to click here. Okay, now this is like attaching a file to an email. So you can either drop the files here or browse your computer to find the file you need to upload. So I'm going to go to downloads. I need to find the file called economic thinking. So I have it here. See, it's a zip file. So I'm going to mark it, click on open. Okay, see, now the file appears here, and I need to upload that to the server. So we have a warning here, files must be less than 30 megabytes. So that's something to bear in mind, especially if you're attaching lots of images or audio files. So in my case it's just 1.26 megabytes, which is just fine. See, it was already uploaded, so I need to click on submit now. Then I just need to wait for a few seconds. It depends on your connection. See, the resource was created correctly. You may access created educational resource by clicking on this link. I'm going to click to see what it looked like. See, now I have various options. The file is still downloading, but I can also download it again if I want SCORM again, insert it on a website. And I also have the option of a full screen view. So if I choose full screen, I won't have all the menu bars here. So it's actually better for our students. So you see I have the some questions prior to reading, have vocabulary activity. I have the actual reading here, and I have some comprehension items, a basic true false, and a listening activity, just a simple fill in the blanks. You have the audio player here. And well, how can you share this with your students? Just use this link, and then it's up to you. If you have a blog, a personal web page, a Facebook page, or you want your students to use that on their cell phones, you can share this link via a WhatsApp group. That's up to you. So I hope this quick tutorial helps you upload and share your learning, your Exe Learning units.